Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna start doing the finishing off the air suspension we did on the hatch the other day. Right here. Also, from the last video, I didn't even realize it. I've never used one before. Apparently, you're supposed to use that, what is it called? The jigsaw, I think it was? I don't know. You're supposed to use that cutting forward. So, I didn't know that. I learn something new every day apparently, but yeah. Anyways though, besides that, what's cut, it works. So today what I'm gonna start doing is mapping out how I want everything done. Yeah, so we're gonna start doing our whole trunk setup. And for those also new watching videos, I don't think I introduced myself yet, now that I realize it. My name's Oscar, and this is my EF hatch SI. Currently has no hood on it, but yeah, that and another hatch over there. I'll get more into depth of what's done to them and all that, because they've got a lot to them already, and I just started doing this whole filming stuff. But once this is on bags, we'll actually be able to drive the car. It's on stock suspension, and the fronts, I forgot what they're on, some blown ass Kung Tus, but yeah. So we're gonna put this car on bags so we can drive it at least. And so let's first start off. This is one of the two subs I'm gonna be using. This one, that one, or this one right here. So whichever one I don't use is gonna go on the other hatch. I just want to see the best fitment. I also brought out my air management setup, where I want to keep it at, and then my tank on me. That's on the storage. Well, anyways, I have to get that. I'll probably get it later today while I'm doing this. Make quick runs to the storage unit, but yeah. So I do have a stand for this. It's supposed to sit like a 40-degree angle, but I don't know where it's at. But first things first, I'm gonna just put one of those in, see which one fits best, because that'll tell me how much room I have from here on forward. I know this trunk's not gonna be able to be used anymore, but this car's being built for a show car, and for those people saying just driving no subs, nah. Alright, so I tried both subs. None of them are working. Well, not none of them are working, but the face down one, this is what I thought of right now, having it stand up. I don't think it'll affect the kick of it too much. I mean, it's a small car, so you'll feel something. And that way I have enough room right here. And like I said, I have a stand for this, so it's gonna be like that. One problem I just can't do without it is my tank. So I'm gonna make a storage room real quick. Oh, it's freaking hot, bro. You guys are in Cali, driving with no AC, or anywhere. Y'all some savages. That's true for you guys. It's hot. I'm a dumbass. I even brought it too. Because Hondas, bro, people like stealing stuff out here, so can't be too safe. All right, let's go. No power steering, gang. Feel me? Then I do have a bad exhaust leak on this car too. I hit some train tracks the other day. Made a pretty good little hole in my resonator. So if you hear, that's what you hear. Pretty sure my neighbors howl and hate me though. Alright, so I made it back from the storage already. I got my tank. So from what looks of it, this might have to be the setup I'm going with. Oh my god, dude. It's freaking hot, man. Like, it's hot. Like, the sun's beating down. Like, dude, it's fucking hot. Stay hydrated, please. But so I have my fittings all back here. Nothing in front, nothing right here. Just here in the bottom. So what I think I'm gonna do is have this. Oh, no, wait. No, yeah, this is gonna have to be my fill for the management. So I might just use a soft rubber line for that one. And doing this far back, I should be okay. I might just leave it a little bit forward so the fitting doesn't hit the plastic and vibrations and all that. And then the rest of these are plugged. Yeah, they're just plugs. Besides this one, this is where the compressor goes in. Oh shit, I have dual compressors. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna have to switch this fitting out. But from here, you can see it's a tight gap. I have 90-degree fittings that go straight down to the compressor, and the compressor will be bolted in the bottom of the wood, so that should work out fine. And now I just gotta start making my holes. Like this will sit like this, most likely. So to drill the holes, I have a couple things. This is just to cover the holes there in the trunk, but we have drill bits. We have, I call this the Christmas tree bit. I don't know what you guys call it. That's what I'm using. And then I want to make these stepped. So basically this will go straight to the hole, and the actual nut part of it will tighten on the wood but flat. So you just see this part right here. So what I'm using for that is this right here. So it can basically carve into it, if that makes any sense. And these fittings, I forgot what they're called. I'll probably put the link in the description if you guys want to buy them. They're not dot rated, so I might have to buy some new ones, see if these work out. Probably should have bought some. I believe, if not wrong, dot rated. I think so, I don't know. Then they have that little centerpiece in there. I guess to help seal it up more, keep the line more straight. But like I said, we're using hardlines, so not much flexing. But yeah, let me get my measurements down and show you guys how to do all that. Alright, so this is what we got right now. So what I did, this is where the sub itself sits on. This is how much area it covers. Just so whatever I put in front right here, I know it's perfectly flat. And then right here, this is the shape of the tank right here in front with the hole. So that way when you're drilling it, you know how far off or not you're off. Same goes to this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount the tank so that's a steady position, so then from there I can start making hardline to the management right here. Because the one thing I forgot to mention also is the water trap, so I might have that off to the side. Just, yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna start drilling the holes right here, and from there that we can start making our actual bends and everything. Alright, so in the end I ended up finding out that there's a 14mm bolt that I have right here. That's the size I use for it. It fits almost basically perfect in there, so I ended up deciding to do that. And you guys can see these are in there. I basically was able to find a drill bit size. What was it? It was 25 over 64. I don't know how you even say that, but that's the drill bit I used, and it was like almost a perfect fit. So I was able to actually thread it in there into the wood, so I don't gotta hold it, which is good because now when I put the tank on, I just put the nut over it and snug it on, and these won't be spinning. If you guys ever know what I'm talking about, they'll not spinning, have to hold it from the back. That helps a lot. So now put the tank on. In the meantime, we use 2 just to hold it down, but it should help us get a better measurement. And I'm gonna try that right now, see how good it works out. Start off small, go to the bigger one. Alright, so in the end I ended up finding out that there's a 14mm bolt that I have right here. That's the size I use for it. It fits almost basically perfect in there, so I ended up deciding to do that. And you guys can see these are in there. I basically was able to find a drill bit size. What was it? It was 25/64. I don't know how you even say that, but that's the drill bit I used, and it was like almost a perfect fit. So I was able to actually thread it in there into the wood, so I don't gotta hold it, which is good because now when I put the tank on, I just put the nut over it and snug it on, and these won't be spinning. If you guys ever know what I'm talking about, they're not spinning, have to hold it from the back. That helps a lot. So now put the tank on. In the meantime, we use 2 just to hold it down, but it should help us get a better measurement. And I'm gonna try that right now, see how good it works out. Alright guys, so I'm surprised. I usually mess this up first try, but I actually got a spot on. So you can see we got one right there, one right there. This is an aluminum tank, so it doesn't require a lot of weight. So now we can put our nuts on, tighten this down. Like I said, I'm only doing it by 2, just to at least hold it in place. I could do the other 2 once I'm getting finalized. And yeah, from there we keep going. Yeah, let me see. I'm just trying to make sure I do this one step at a time, because I'm trying to do a whole nother piece of wood again, and it's my first time doing it. So some people might have experience first time doing hardline setup, and I just want to have a good clean setup. At the end, we're going to cover this with I got some Recaro fabric from eBay, and yeah, but so far looking pretty good. Let's see if we can fit that in there. Look at that. Would you just look at that? Alright, so, oh hell yeah. Alright, so now we're gonna put it back in the trunk and find the rest of our spots, I guess you could say, for our fittings. Alright, yeah, so I'm probably gonna have my exhaust that basically just shoots the air out when you air out. Probably have it straight down in the middle just to give a cool little effect, I guess, depending how. Or I could just probably have it over here. I don't know. We're gonna go one by one. We don't want to do too much at a time. And see how it looks. Alright, so quick update on what I've done. I got the hole drilled out. Ended up using like close, one of the biggest sizes I had. And you don't want to straight just drill the hole. You want to go by sizes because it's not going to end up cracking the wood. But so what I did, which actually worked out pretty good, but I might do it a different way second time so it helps me out a little bit. Drill the hole the size of your threads, not the nut, because that's what's gonna lock in. I want to have this flush with the wood, like I said in the beginning. So you want to have the threads going in and the nut behind the wood. You guys can see that. You can only see the fitting. You can bring it more in too, so it's like almost barely grabbing, and then not even that, but where are they at? The fittings themselves don't even grab, depending what you order. I mean, might have been what I got, probably some cheap stuff, so, you know, budget, but it won't even grab to the wood. If you can notice that, you have to have it almost to the ends of the threads. See that? It barely even grabs on. And that's still with the nut over the wood, which to me I didn't like. So what I did is I drilled a hole, and then I used this piece right here. I honestly don't know the name for this. I forgot what it was called. But what I used this for was to carve the outer edge of that hole that I did, and use that to get the inside of this. You can see right here it got all kind of messed up, I was going in there. So you probably want to, what I did when I did this, I already did it with the hole big. So you want to do it when you have the small hole drilled first, put the center, and then do that. That's probably how you're supposed to do it, but it still worked out for me. Just kind of all nasty, but at the end you should have something like that. You should be able to push in there. So then from there it's flush with the wood, and then you get the nut that was behind it, thread it on. And also, I mean, they should probably lock up right here or just hold this something. I mean, you don't need this crazy tight. And there it is. See, it's super sturdy. Still clean looks. When you have your carpet, all you gotta do is cut that little hole for that airline to go in, and you're good. So I'm gonna do that for both sides. And then also, when I did my measurements, I just did 2 inches at the edge of that nut. You can tell it's perfect. 2 inches, and as center as I could to this. Same with that side, see, 2 inches, and that'll get you both measurements for that. So I'm gonna repeat the same side. I'll show how I did it right now, and hopefully you get the same result. But so far, I'm liking how this is coming out. If it comes out the same way. Alright, so I got you guys on a tripod. I don't know how good you can hear me, but at least you can see. These are the drill bits I'm using. Just start small, bigger, bigger, and then the size you need. You don't have to go like this. I'm just doing it so the wood doesn't crack or just, you know, go all crazy. What I'm gonna do is start off first the smallest one I have, or one of the smallest ones I have. Drill my hole. You'd probably want this on a more sturdier like table or something, but this is my parking lot, my apartments. We in the ghetto. It's all good. Alright. So from there, let me see this will work out. Yeah, so see, this will actually keep it centered. I'm gonna do that now. So you guys can see right here, this point will be in there. Let's see what happens. Oh dude, wow. My shit came all fucked up that first time. Alright, that's coming out a lot better, guys. You don't want to go too deep either. But that seems pretty good right there. Perfect. So I mean, you're not gonna get a super flat surface. You'll probably try to give it a little more, maybe clean it up. But I'm pretty happy with that. So you can see that's what gives that stepped effect. Damn. I fucked up that first one. But you guys can see the point. So now from there, drill a hole. That's still centered, and you get that flush. Alright guys, so from right here, I was about to call it. Because from this point on, I basically do a hardline setup. There's only one problem though. I didn't have my mount. Guess what I found? So this is the mount we're gonna use. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have used it if you do have air ride. But so basically, like I said, gives you an angle so the lines can even come under. Oh dude, this is gonna work out amazing. Air management right here. You guys can see, should line up. Pretty so right there and right there. Yeah, so it should line up. But with having that on here, you can now make a bracket for that. But there's only one thing I did not take into consideration, and I hella forgot. I mean, it's not too much of a deal, but I had my battery right here in the trunk. I didn't, well, I mean, I still have enough room to put the sub this way, or maybe the battery right here. I don't have that big of a battery either. It's pretty small. But damn, I hella forgot. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think of something for that. So I still need to have I have a distribution block at the bottom of the wood to power my amplifier, give power to my relays for the compressors, and go back to the battery. So it's a lot of stuff gonna be going on. So I don't know if I'm gonna have my battery. Ah, damn, this sucks. All right, we'll figure something out. I should be able to have her here up front. Yeah, because I still have some room right here. It's not gonna be a lot of room, but the battery should maybe fit right here. I could have it in the front, but personally, it usually goes right here from factory. Yeah, I need to clean this up. Or I could get a kit. I know you saw one that goes behind the bumper right there, but I just don't have a long ass power wire ran through. Either way, I already have this wire for my starter. So I don't know, we're gonna think of something. But meantime, I'm gonna make the holes for this mount right here, so you can get this mounted on the wood like that, and you can get an idea of what I'm talking about now. And also too, it's a sub, that way it doesn't rock back and forth. The front obviously hits the cushion of the seats already, so the mold right here, I'm gonna make it right in front so that this can be a solid thing, give some support or get support against this. I don't think it should affect the management too much if it does, but yeah, that's my general plan. And then I'll measure from here to here, see how much width that is. Alright guys, so fast forward. I don't know where I left off at in the last clip. I have to go eat, but anyways, this is where we're at right now. So what I did, like I said, I measured from here to here. I got the center point as much as I could, and then I also realized this little thing right here is pretty centered, so I went straight, and then from there I tried centering this plate right here. You can see where I lined it up at. Oh, that shows track already. Anyways, from the sub right here, and I made my holes. That one lines up pretty good. I only did 2 just to mount it, and then I put some hardware behind the management because I guess it has built-in threads. I didn't know that, so it's pretty tight. And not gonna lie, I think it's coming out pretty damn good. I think so. But so for right now we actually get the idea of how it's. Bro, I think that shit is twag, son. It is what it is. It'll look alright. So from now we can actually put a hard line from right here to the management, right here to the management. And you can see it doesn't have too much like aggressiveness, depending what shape we do it with. And then the water trap. Where's the water trap at? This right here. See, because the battery can probably sit right here. So the water trap, I might have it right here if anything, and then come out that way. So I mean, that way it's nice and hidden. Probably have the battery right there, maybe, just maybe, because my ground right now it's off the strut, but probably have it somewhere else, because I don't want that right there either. It doesn't look that good. Have it maybe come out under the wood or something. I'm not sure yet, but for the most part it's looking pretty good. I should probably try that sub, see if it fits, because this is going out too smooth. So let's see. Alright guys, so this is the hard line I'm going to be using. This is off what brand was it? Vibrant. I'm not sure, I can't remember honestly if you're supposed to use aluminum or stainless. I think it's your choice. I got aluminum just because it's not that much hard to bend. And I think it was about 30 bucks for a 25-foot spool. May seem like a lot, but I don't know what I'm doing. So more the merrier. And so right now the only thing I just noticed is I don't have a tube cutter. So a tube cutter basically just keeps, you know, cutting it. You can use a grinder. I do not recommend that. So right now I was gonna start doing all the turns and stuff, but I'm gonna go to AutoZone real quick, go get that. Then we can start making our lines for all this stuff. And yeah, so I'm gonna make a trip to AutoZone real quick. Alright guys, so I just got back from AutoZone. I bought this tool, part number, I think this is it, the 25299. There's two types. There's a regular tube cutter, and there's this one right here. This one, it was the same exact price as the other one, and this one comes with a little deburring. So when you cut your pipe, you use this to clean out the, you know, shaved metal, whatever. And this one goes a lot bigger. We don't need that much size. You know, we're going use a quarter-inch tubing. So, for example, do a quick cut, just in case no one's ever used this before. You know, quick example. Let's see if I can pop up. Go like that, spin it, cuts off. Then use this tool right here to clean off the end of that. So now we can actually start making our hardline setup. So what I brought for that is the infamous coat hanger. I'm gonna cut a decent amount of this and try to shape it out. I don't know how good that's gonna work. Probably better off just cutting the damn pipe. And two, what I bought also, that way I don't like make some wider bends, is a tube bender. Probably better options for this stuff. That's all they had. So we're gonna try that out, see how it works out. And we're just trying to make this one to this top one right here. I should have probably labeled them. Oh well. Alright guys, so this is the first attempt at trying to do a hardline. I see exactly why people say it's pretty hard, because it's not too hard to do the bends, but to get the exact shape of it, you can see right here I kind of messed up bending it. And I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but I prefer it to just come up straight and then shoot up instead of, like, you know, like not hard of a bend. Because that pipe bender works too, but it kind of gives it a very harsh bend. So what I would say when you're doing it is make it more like outgoing instead of just straight 90 degrees, because you'll kink it, and I don't know if that'll affect the airflow too much. But yeah, so over here it's not in there, I just have it shoved in there. But as you can see, it's like way too short right there when I cut it. So I'm gonna straighten this pipe out, because it's pretty easy to bend. Yeah, so it's pretty easy to bend with your hands. So I'm gonna go by this piping size and just make it a little bit longer from each end, and I think I should get a better result. And then I don't know if I should do like a little fancy design with it, you know, but I don't want to waste too much material either, so we'll try that, see how it goes out. Alright, so second attempt at this, I think I got it down pretty good. Right now I just have it straight. I think I'm gonna leave it like that just for the best look. I don't want to have too much going on. I keep it simple. So right here, bend, and I had to, you can kind of move it, but right there it's firm. It's not going nowhere. Won't know we have a leak till we air this motherfucker up. So we do what we do, but it's not going in anymore, so it should be sealed up. I'm gonna do the same with this side. Hopefully get them identical. If not, try our best. So then from there we have the two front lines going in, and then the rear lines will go from the bag themselves to here. So we have like no leaks. It'll be a lot less chance of leak. Alright, I forgot to record when I was doing it, but so when you first start putting the pipe, where's it go? Oh, there we go. Don't clamp it down. You guys can see right there. I don't know if the focus is good, but pinched it pretty bad without even cutting it. This is aluminum, so it's super soft. You barely want to just tighten it. Turn your pipe cutter or whatever you want, tube cutter, whatever you want to call it. Once you have some looseness, barely tighten it, just so you, like, you know, get some snug on there. From there, she'll go deeper and deeper, so eventually, come on, pimp. There we go. So this is how you should end up with. Alright guys, it's been a while since I last picked up the camera. I was kind of just in my zone, just filling out all the hard lines and everything, getting an idea of how I wanted to do, and so far this is what I got going on. So I already did the water trap with the feed from the tank to the management, 2 front lines, and then this is my rear line right here. I got a little bit creative with it just for the fun of it. So no, I haven't shown that I can remember of in the footages how to really bend them. All I can say is just practice. This helps to an extent. I've been honestly using my hands, but like I said, this is aluminum line, so it's a lot easier to bend. If you get stainless steel lines, or like, I don't know, just tubing that's a lot thicker material, I don't know if it's gonna be easier for you guys to bend, but I got that. I'm seeing a lot of people use it, so I don't think it'll be a problem. If we do, then I guess I gotta redo all this whole setup, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. I mean, like right here, the water trap, it is floating. I mean, you can see it's not touching the floorboard. That way it's not like I don't know, I guess I heard this is an automatic water drain. I have no idea how. I just used to, you know, loosening right here, letting the water drain out, whatever, with air, and then closing it back up. But I don't know, this whole system is new to me. I've never tried airlift before. I think this is the 3H, because I think the pressure one that has the height sensors on the wheels. But yeah, this is how it's looking so far. And once I'm done with all this, I gotta retake everything back out, lay the fabric down, and then we'll be almost done, because I still need to drill another hole for the exhaust port on the manifold for the air to come out, drill a hole for my harness to come out. But you can see everything clears. This one's not mounted yet because I just did a little like reference area for that rear bag. Everything should work out good after all. So my battery be hidden, all the wiring's done, and knock the ancient dust off this stuff. But for the most part, guys, I'm gonna do this last line. Just want to give you guys an update of how I got things going. And like I said, you guys can do it however you want. You guys don't even have to do this, but just for anybody who wants to learn how to do it, you know, just show you guys, you don't have to be at a shop or take it to a shop. I'm at a freaking apartment complex. You know, just do your own, man. Take pride in your guys' work. But anyways, I'm gonna stop talking right now. I'm gonna get this line going. Alright, so before I do the last line, I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. So this just varies. All I did was just think of the bends I had to do and accommodate that for the length. So this might be too short, too long. If you guys have a bigger car, I recommend buying more spools just to practice on. But like I said, I know right here my angle is gonna be pretty tight down there, and I kind of have an idea of how it is with the first side. So like I said, pipe bender, you just grab it. That's the first bend. So I think that should be good. Damn, bro. Alright, so from there, that's that first bend, and then we need to go over the line right there. So then you would do that right here. Alright, so here's an example. So I basically messed up. So right here, I'm gonna try to put the hard line in, and as you can see, I can't even fit it in there. See that the bend is not as aggressive as this, which I thought it was. So that's the last line I did right there for the rear right. And I kind of took everything out, forgot to pick up the camera once I finished it, but I need to make one more hole for my exhaust port. Well, you guys can see it does clear everything in the end. But yeah, that's basically the finished result for if everything was in here. But I'm gonna go ahead and take everything out, so I'm gonna do the fabric, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that in a separate video. Well, I hope this taught some people how to make some hard lines on your air suspension setup. This ain't the cleanest, but I'm pretty damn proud of myself. But I'm under right here, guys. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.